Let's anxiously wait to how to make your values. Thank you once again, sir. With that, I would like you to introduce you to our next speaker, Mr. Insha Anas. He's living in. He's currently working as a software architecture with 12 plus years of experience, and he's living in Toronto, Canada. And he's a graduate from the University of Colombo and University of California with 15 times Salesforce certified and certified Java developer, got experience in multiple domain airlines, healthcare and life sciences, etc. And 8 plus years visiting lectures and an experienced trainer. So I cordially invite Mr. Insha to share his knowledge with my fellow students. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that brief introduction. So good morning, everyone. Let me share my screen. Am I audible? Perfect. So, okay, I don't have the ability to share my screen. I'm getting an error saying that host disable participant screen sharing. Is there a way that I can share my screen? Okay, now it's working. Perfect. Yeah, let me share my screen. Can you all see it? Perfect. Right. So today my topic is going to be BIT My Story. I think you heard my introduction. Let me move on to the next slide. So as mentioned earlier, like currently I'm working as a solution architect at Virtusa. I've got 12 plus years of industry experience in enterprise level application development. So I also a graduate from University of Colombo and California. I'm certified Java developer as well as I'm a Salesforce certified system architect, 15 times Salesforce certified. And also I'm an experienced lecturer and a trainer. So this is going to be my high level agenda. Why do you have to, so the topic is like my story. First, I'll explain why do you have to listen to my story, what is, why it is important for you. And then my journey so far. And then I'll talk about like the job titles, IT job titles after you completing BIT. How you are going to work. And then I'll discuss a little bit about problems, soft skills, and the demand. So first, why do you have to listen to this story? My story, basically, right? So even though my title is like, I titled this session as my story, this is pretty much the same story for everyone. My friends, I have taught like over 1,000 students. So more or less, it's the same story for everyone. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same story if you follow BIT. It's going to be the same story for you as well. So the objective of this session is to make you aware and understand and motivate you to follow BIT. So I'll jump into my journey. So as I see, there are 3 stages in this journey rather. So entry, degree, and your career. So entry, right now, I'm pretty sure most of you all are like in your entry level, probably after A levels. So I started after my A levels. I started BIT after my A levels. So when I started BIT, we did not have the option to start BIT after O levels. So we have to do A levels. And then there was a entry exam, kind of an IQ exam where we have to complete, and then only like they will enroll us to BIT degree. But now I know like you from O levels, even O levels, you can do a kind of a bridging course FIT, and then you can jump into BIT degree. But either way, that is fine. Like even after, so my case, I did O levels. I studied in Prince of Wales College, Moratuwa, and then I did my A levels, and then I jumped into the BIT degree. So I, at the same time, so I did A levels 2 times. So first time my results were like 1C, and I got 2 S passes. And then I decided to do second try. I got 2 Bs and 1 Cs, which was enough for me to get selected to University of California. So the degree program I had to choose, like there was no other option. I did physical science degree. So my subjects were pure maths, statistics, and chemistry. So I started my degree in University of California, and then I realized my requirement is to basically jump into the industry, not to do like higher studies. Like, of course, you can do higher studies, but I didn't want to become a theoretical person. So most of the people, I mean, who does this degree physical science, they want to get into the industry, do a proper job. So some students, they choose to do higher studies, like, you know, masters, PhDs and stuff like that. So out of, I would say 10% have the opportunity to do that. So entire 90% have to come into the industry. And just after starting, I mean, I got selected. I started my degree in University of California, and then I realized these subjects are not aligned with the industry. Think about the subjects: pure maths, chemistry, statistics. So these are just subjects. I'm not specializing in anything, and it's not aligned with the industry requirements. So most of my friends, they were doing different things, you know, banking, SIMA, chartered accounting, etc. And some people chose IT. So I chose IT. Fortunately, we had this BIT program, which was, which is given, awarded from University of Colombo. So I started that. So in your degree, while I'm doing my degree, so I had no choice. So my parents didn't want me to give up my physical science degree. So I had to do both the degrees, which is really challenging. But I focus more on BIT, even though it's an external degree, like, you know, but I liked it because it's aligned with the industry. I saw that I can easily get a job compared to the physical science degree. I'm not saying it's bad or something, but it was not aligned with the industry, right? So what we learn, the knowledge that we gain out of this degree should be able to sell, right? It should be sellable knowledge. Otherwise, nobody will accept you. Nobody cares, you know, especially these private companies. When they recruit you, they will always look to earn something out of you. So for that, you have to have sellable knowledge and sellable skills. That is very important. So BIT degree is full of that, right? So I started this, and for each year you have 2 semesters. So while doing this degree, there are certain things you can do. So one is like most important in this stage is basically to complete the degree along with your final year project. So this is very important, and this is mandatory. I'll tell you why this is important, and I'll show you. And the third year, whatever you learn from first year and second year, there are 4 semesters. You have to apply into your final year project. So this is mandatory. If you have time, you feel very comfortable in your second year, then you can do an internship for about 6 months during your, like, let's say last semester, 4th semester, last 6 months of the second year. But third year, make sure you are available full time to complete your final year project, because this is very important. Whenever you go for interviews, I have done over 1,000 interviews for Virtusa. I'm currently working for Virtusa. So mostly for fresh graduates, what we check is basically this final year project, how you have done, whether you understood the concepts, whether you have required skills. An internship also one option, and then the vendor certification also an advantage. So let's say you are doing business, you want to become a business analyst, you can do, like, you know, professional certifications related to that. So I'll talk about this later in my slide. So once you get into a career, you have the option to do an internship. So I could not do an internship because I was following 2 degrees from University of California and like University of Colombo. So I started with an internship. My first job was John Keel's Computer Services, JKCS. I started as a Java intern, and then I got promoted as a software engineer. So while when you grow, so then after I think a couple of years later, I joined a Belgium company called CMS, Content Management Solutions. So there I started learning Salesforce, which is a cloud platform. You might not fully understand what is cloud or something like that, but I started working on that. And then after 4 years, I moved to Virtusa. So now I have been working for Virtusa for about 6 years now. So once you are in the industry, you will continually grow. Like if you are working for a good recognized company, there will be constant training sessions. You will do certifications. You will work with a lot of senior engineers, tech leads, architects. You will get that exposure. So you will automatically grow. So this is high level my journey. So I chose BIT that time. I had no other option. You know, most of the private degrees are super expensive. So BIT is awarded by University of Colombo, which is well recognized, which is a well recognized university around the world. And it's, according to my knowledge, it's the most economical IT degree in the country, right? And also it's well recognized in the industry. You go to any company, as I said, I've been doing like a lot of interviews, trainings for Virtusa. Now currently I'm working for Virtusa Canada and located in Toronto. So even in Toronto, I conduct a lot of interviews. I know for sure, like at least in Sri Lanka, BIT is like well recognized. They know it's very strong degree, and at the same time it's up to date. IT is very dynamic industry, right? So every day new technologies, new things comes up. So they update this syllabus once in every 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. And also you have the option to do it part-time, right? So which is a big advantage. So all these points, because of these points, I chose BIT. It was a very good option for me. Moving on to job titles. So while when you are studying for second year, you will recognize, okay, there are certain subjects. So if I go back here, you have different job titles: software engineer, quality assurance engineer, business analyst, database admin, project manager, network engineer, multimedia specialist. So more or less all these subjects will be covered during your degree, but probably later in your second year, right, you have to align to a job title. It's better to do that. Maybe you can select when you are in third year, but at some point you have to choose your title and make sure you align for that, right? So mostly I highlighted software engineer because most of the students, they choose to become a software engineer. There is a reason for that, because there is a big demand for software engineers. So let's say we have about 10 software engineers, you have 5 QA engineers, 2 business analysts, 1 DBA, 1 project manager, something like that. So the job opportunities are huge for software engineers, but at the same time, you can choose the other titles as well. But I know, like, you know, network engineers, sometimes there is a huge demand in the industry, right? You won't find much engineers as well. Multimedia specialists, same. Project managers, there is a big demand, right? So all these titles, there is a big demand. So I have a separate slide to highlight the demand. But these are the job titles that I mean, there are other titles as well, but main titles are there. Like by end of this 3 years, you are looking at. You can become software engineer. There are multiple technologies. Quality assurance engineer, there are multiple paths that you could go. You can go as an automation engineer or manual tester. And software engineers, you have different technologies. You have Node, JS, Java, .NET, PHP, different technologies, right? You can become a full stack developer. So there is a huge demand in the industry. So as I said earlier, the things that you learn here are directly sellable. There are people waiting outside to pay you and recruit you and use your knowledge and skills, right? That's the importance of this degree, right? So I'm not saying other degrees are bad or something like that, but definitely if you complete this, as Virat sir mentioned, you are going to get a good job. Not just a job, you are going to get a good job, meaning with good respect and good salary. So that's the importance of this degree. So all my friends right now, either they are tech leads or architects, same as me. I have seen my students, they are doing good. Most of them are like, you know, out of the country. So it's a very good industry to choose, and at the same time the degree. And then moving on to my next slide, I'm going to talk about a little bit of problems. So I strike this title and I mention as opportunities. Remember, it's quite natural, normal to face issues in this journey, especially around this. After this point, this is like 3 years time approximately. After this point, you are completely fine. I know. So now you are like probably depending on your parents, but this time is a bit challenging. There will be problems. It's quite natural. Remember, nobody does this without any problems. I face my problems, and I have seen my friends facing problems. So these are some of the problems you might face. First, you get to know you are going to face problems. That's 50% of your problem solved. You know you are going to face problems, meaning 50%. You have solved. Understanding there is a problem is like 50%. Next 50%, you will find a solution, right? So these are some of the problems I can see. Let's say you are weak on English. What you are going to do, right? So you have to find a way to, learn English, right? There are plenty of ways. You can watch movies, you can use internet, you can talk with your friends, right? Think this as a challenge or opportunity. Every single problem you see is basically an opportunity for you to grow, right? You're going to face, right? Financial issues, right? Sometimes I know some students, they did part-time jobs just to make sure they have enough money, not to save. This is not the time for you to save money, but to complete the degree. Whatever you want to spend for your degree, you earn. I know some students, they did it. Somehow make sure you solve this issue. Some students, they find, okay, I don't have enough time. Find time, right? If you are sleeping 8 hours, make it 6 hours. Why? You are doing this degree for you, not for me, not for metrics, or not for your parents. Your degree certificate will have your name, not your lecturer's name, not even your parents' name. So make sure you put your effort, time, effort, and money for this. It's an investment. It's a bigger investment. I think Virat sir showed you how much money that you're going to earn, right? So he calculated and showed you this much amount you can save by 8 years. On top of that calculation, I want to add something Virat sir missed. The money that you earn, you can invest also, right? So on top of that, whatever you save, you can invest, right? So it's going to be more than that value. So I know most of the engineers, they are earning that amount of big amount, and they are doing good, right? So think these as opportunities. First, know that you are going to face problems. Second, think these as opportunities and try to find solutions. So if there's a problem, there are two types of people. First, they always complain, I have this issue, that issue. Second type, they find a solution. They see, okay, this is my problem. What are the options that I have? How am I going to solve this issue, right? These are the people we are looking for, even for industry, right? So this title, software engineer, sometimes this goes as solution engineers or solution developers. Why? They provide solutions. So apply the same thing for the problems that you face during this time, right? Practically, I have faced, right, these issues, but at the same time, somehow I completed my degree. So that's the most important thing. After this stage, you are pretty much good. So whatever your main focus during this stage is to complete the degree. After 45 years, you won't be able to complete this degree. This is the time that you learn. And then you grow in the industry. At the same time, you save, right? Here, invest everything, your time, money, and effort to complete your degree. It's very important. And then soft skills are also important, like communication. Remember, communication is not English. Even though you are good at, let's say, speaking in English, but you should be able to clearly communicate. Time management, passion, attitude, right? Initiation. These are some of the values most of the companies look for. You have to have these things. You have to consider your degree as number one, because this will change your life. Believe me, like you really don't know now. But if you look back after some time, you will see like how valuable these things are. Like I see that as like that. So demand for IT. Moving on, I think I have very little time, so I'll quickly try to complete. So this picture I captured. So this is like in the background you see Virtusa, like the lunch room. They have like some um, um, uh, shops here. So you have these 2 floors, and on the top floor you have the gym in Virtusa gym. So they put this banner, I think somewhere around 2019 or something. So what does this mean is basically, if you refer someone, if you know someone with, let's say, 6+ years experience, they will give you 250,000. Remember, this is like 2-3 years before. Why they are paying this? Why they are paying this? Why do they have to put a big banner in front of Virtusa, like inside Virtusa, to refer people? They are looking for Java, Angular, microservices, Python, AWS cloud, these skills, SharePoint. Why they are paying for you? Because you don't find easily these resources. There's a demand. If you refer someone, if you send a CV, if they get selected, you will get 250,000. This is back in 2019, right? So have you seen this for any other industry? Have you seen this for banking? Like if you refer someone like assistant bank manager or someone, you will get 250,000? No, I haven't seen. I haven't seen this. So this is only for IT industry. Not only even if you refer like someone with tier 4 is like software engineer with 2+ years experience, you will get 75,000. Why they are paying money for you to refer someone? Because we don't have enough people in the industry. I know in Virtusa right now, few months ago, Virtusa Colombo, they were looking for 40+ people, developers, freshers. They could not find. So that project went to India, right? Entire project went to India because we don't have enough resources. So my point is basically think about the demand that you will have after completing this degree. It's very important. And these are some of the internal mails that I got. This is some time back. You see, tier 4 75,000, like until 200,000, tier 3. Like this is like around 4 years experience developer, you will get 200,000. This is for Salesforce. This is what I'm doing right now. So even for Java, you have this demand, 250,000. You see. So, and also now there's another thing going on. CMS, Content Management Solutions. This is my previous company. I told you Belgium. So I used to work in Belgium, Netherlands. So this company, you see, they are pegging to pay employee salary in USD and Euro. Right now, like what is going on, right? So everything is going up. So what they did was, so they want to save their employees. Why do they want to save their employees? Because it's not easy for them to find these employees, right? So most of these clients are in Belgium or in Europe and then US. So who are working for European clients, they are paying in euros, meaning like the salary is defined in euros or USDs. Rather than saying, okay, 500,000 rupees, they'll say, we'll give you $3,000, right? So it doesn't matter. The dollar rate goes up, the service product and service fee is going up, but still your salary is also going up. Why do they do this? Why do they do this? It's not the only company. This is Calci. It's another very good company. A lot of my friends work here. So they are one of the first companies. They said, okay, we are going to pay in dollars, right? Why? They want to keep their employees. They want to make sure their employees are comfortable, right? Actually, I haven't seen like any other industry. Virat sir, correct me if I'm wrong. If you have seen any industry like banking or like let's say any other, like let's say accountants, like any other industry doing this, right? Have you seen doing this? So one person have done this research. Right now he found, I think, 76 IT companies. All these IT companies, they are paying in USD or euros, right? Well recognized companies, right? So why do they have to do this? Think about it. Have you seen any other industry doing this? They are paying in USD. They change it, right? I know some companies, they have mentioned like, for entire company, IT companies, 30 to 40% increments. So whatever goes up, your salary will also go up. So that is the demand right now. So I moved to Canada back in early 2020. early 2020. So I know how big is the demand there. US and Canada both. I'm working for US client, one of the Fortune 5 companies in the world. So I know how big is the demand, how hard for us to recruit someone, right? So this is a small beginning. I started like this. I had nothing. I started from zero. I did not have any programming skills. My English were poor. I was not financially stable, but somehow I passed this stage, right? After this, you can earn lot of things. You will get lot of benefit. Canadian government recognize me as an important resource, important skill. I do have important skills, and they gave me permanent resident status. Why? Right? They won't look at my beauty or something like that. They have a value for my skill, which I earned through BIT. Remember, BIT. That was the beginning, right? So this, once you complete this, you will earn good money, you will earn respect, and also you will have a good life, right? So that's basically my story. I would take a quick pause here. If you have any questions, you can ask now. Yeah. You can, I don't know whether you can unmute. Oh, sorry about it. I forgot to turn on my camera. Anyway, that's not important. Yeah, I hope you can see me now. Yeah, any questions? Or did you understand any questions related to my session? Seems there are no questions. Am I audible, guys? Okay, so I think that's about my session then. I wish you all the best, and I hope you will complete BIT successfully. Thank you.
Insha, I think there's a question for you. Do we need to find opportunities to go abroad doing a job in the IT field? Asking, whether they need to find opportunities to go abroad doing a job in the IT field.
Yeah. So the thing is, your first objective right now here, your focus should be your degree, right? So I'll show you one more slide. Basically, think about this. So this is a job posting, right? So first they're asking for bachelor's degree in computer science or information technology. You see, associate software engineer. Like this is kind of a beginning for you. Just after completing, you cannot become a software architect just after completing your degree. It'll come with your experience. So once you complete your degree, this is like the number one. This is number one on top. You don't forget this. I know some students, they just start a job and they earn some money, and then just after earning some money, that which is enough for them, that point, they forget about degree. They don't complete this degree, which is a big mistake. Because of this, they cannot make progress, they cannot grow. So it is very important that you complete your degree and then get some experience. So once you have those, these people will reach out to you. Either your company will send you, or people from outside will reach out to you, or you can apply by yourself. So there are multiple ways that you can migrate, but you have to go step by step. You cannot do just after your A-levels, okay, I'm planning to do IT degree, now I want to migrate. No, it's not going to work like that. Then everyone will do that. This stage you have to pass and then get into industry, work couple of years, 1-2 years, get experience, and then either through your company, most of these companies are like foreign companies. Like my previous company, CMS, it's a Belgium company. So they have offices in Belgium, France, Netherlands. So I used to go and work in Brussels and Netherlands as well, right? So depending on your career, depending on your company, sometimes they will send you, sometimes you can apply, or sometimes people from foreign companies, they will reach out to you. I can show you how many 100 messages in my LinkedIn, right? Every week, 3-4 people approach me. Whether you are available to work, we will give you, remote working opportunity, this, that. I don't have time to look into those messages, right? So there is always demand. I hope I answered that question. So even in Sri Lanka, you will find lot of opportunities, right? As of now, I showed you, right? They are paying in USD. Why they are paying in USD? Right? Because they want to retain the employees. They want to keep the employees. That there is a value, there is a demand, right? So that's the reason. Any other questions? Does the demand differs with university? Not really. So that's the biggest myth that we have, right? Remember, I had these issues like, okay, I'm doing an external degree, this and that. It doesn't matter. The important thing is your recognized should be, your university should be recognized. It should not be like, XYZ university, I have an IT degree. No, like all the universities, even University of California, they have their own IT degree. Colombo, Moratua, it doesn't matter. I know people who have done arts for their A-levels, they have completed this BIT degree and they are earning good salary right now. I know some of the students, they have done arts. They are earning like, they are in like, they are tech leads. Right? Once you complete this is kind of a foundation, and then your experience. As I told you, you will work with senior engineers, architects, tech leads, right? So you'll automatically grow once you are in the industry, right? How do you jump into the industry? Through the BIT degree. So that is Dhamma one. Lot of students, they forget. They try to find money and this, that. So during this stage, this is the time where you learn, right? You have to earn this degree during this time. After your 40s, you cannot, go to a class. You have to do it now. And then after some time, after completing the degree, you can get into the industry, then start earning, right? Don't mix that those two things up. That is a very big mistake that you do. So make sure you complete the degree and then go for the industry, right? So I hope I answered that question. It doesn't matter like which university you are from, because I know personally, I've been to like, almost all these universities representing Virtusa. I'm telling them, not for students, but also lecturers, what we expect. There is a gap between these degrees and the industry, right? Certain things you have to learn from the degree before you come into the industry. So there is a gap. So I used to go to a lot of universities. So past 2 years, I've been living in Toronto, but before that, I was part of this recruiting committee. I've represented Virtusa in multiple career fairs and stuff like that. I do a lot of interviews. As I mentioned, I have done 1,000 interviews for Virtusa. Yeah, so the important thing is you have to have a completed IT degree and you have to have necessary skills, right? The quality of the degree important. That is where like we have the value. Most of the IT companies that they look for. Any other questions? So right now I'm in Colombo. I came for a vacation. Yeah. Any other questions? I think we are good, right? See one more question we have. Okay, no questions. Perfect. Thank you very much and all the best for your degree.